I'm at the Lai Massacre site in My Lai, Vietnam, and we're going to take a tour of what happened in March of 1968, the massacre where over 500 civilians were killed by American service members. We are outside the My Lai Museum in Vietnam, where the atrocities took place nearly 54 years ago, and we're going to take a tour of everything and give a little historical background of what actually happened at this massacre location where over 500 civilians were killed by U.S. service members.
What really happened? They run away, yelling. So according to the report of the Vietnamese government and American government, the number of victims between 374 to 504 victims. And according to the historians, 500 is the number can set it. Yeah. Okay. And this is the list of the victims who killed by the GIS, the Chinese company. Yeah. In the massive thing.
504?
Yeah, 554. This is number in the Vietnamese government report. So you can see. Let me show you. In Vietnam, the Vietnamese women, they have the name, and in the between of their name, we have Thầy.
Women?
Yeah, who have Thầy in the between of their name is women. And you can see most of the people here are women. Yeah, in 500, among 504 victims, most of them is women. And this is the age, their age. You can see some of them just 2 years old, 3 years old, and year 7. Yeah, they just women, children, and adults. In that moment when the US soldier attacked the villages, they think the village is full of big soldiers. Yeah, but in fact, just unarmed civilians. So we were ordered to burn everything, kill everything moving, and destroy everything. Even cattle like cow, pig, chicken, everything. Among these victims are 17 women, pregnant women. This is some photo about the attack and the villagers before they being killed.
Before?
Just take a photo before they being killed.
Before?
Yeah. So you see many children over there.
This is a very emotional and tragic reminder. This way? Okay. Oh, this way?
Okay, we should start from here first.
Okay. Oh, start here. Okay.
And okay, so this is the village before the attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see, this is just a small, beautiful village, very peaceful in the early morning before the attack. They give us a model here so that we know how the village looked like before the attack.
Oh, wow.
And this is the houses model of the villagers before the massacre. Just normal house with roof like that.
And is this a pretty accurate portrayal of what it looked like? This is pretty much what it looked like before the attack?
Before the massacre.
And this is what the houses look like during that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know that at that time the villagers are having breakfast. Yeah, before they go to the rice field. Yeah, before they go to work in a new day. So after the massacre, the people found that a whole family all being killed when they still sitting around the meal like this. On the tray dish bowl still there, and especially a 3 years old baby had been killed when he's still chewing the yam.
Đây này, còn đây, xuống nữa còn không bị đấy xuống này còn đồ mình có ghi lại
This is the artilleries the U.S. soldiers used to burn to shoot into the village. And their weapon, they use it to commit the massacre.
ký này chỉ Quỳnh ký này chỉ Quỳnh
Here, this one, sorry. This one. This one.
đó thì đang lắm có cái cái sọ
Who are these people? Who are these? What is this?
Yeah, this is the
Village?
okay. Actually, after Quảng Ngãi province were liberated, we found in the secrets, we found the scissors case in the paper, in the in the base of the U.S. soldier. This paper, prove that they committed, that's a crime. And this is the picture is quite famous. Yeah. This young boy is covered his sister from shooting. Yeah. While they're running, while they're hiding on the street. Yeah. When a helicopter By, yeah, he immediately lied down and used his body to cover his sister. At that time, he were injured.
So after they took the picture, they shot them? After.
Yeah. So to be honest, in the past, many few years ago, they display a lot of photo about the killing activities here. But after that, yeah, the city council find it too brutal, too brutal. I mean, the picture too brutal and too like yeah, it's a bit disturbing. So they just simply leave it.
Okay.
So you still remember a man in the documentary who made the background? Yeah, this is him. Yeah, when he was young. After he survived, yeah, when he survived after the massacre. So you see, so you see, yeah, a soldier here, he shoot himself so that he don't follow the order to shoot another people. Yeah, to shoot the villagers. He shoot himself. Yeah, he harmed himself to stop the mission. So after the massacre, the U.S. soldier report that they have killed about 100 Viet Cong soldiers.
That's not true.
Without any damage, yeah, from U.S. soldier. But yeah, in fact, they just killed the unarmed civilians. This is the model of the water well of the villagers. Yeah, he will kill and then threw into the well, and then they shoot again into the well to kill him. So you already found the village after the massacre? Yeah. After the massacre, the people come back to the village to find their relatives, but everything is just ash. Yeah. and because the number of it are way too many, so they have to dig a big hole, yeah, and bury many people in the same hole. It's called the mass grave. Yeah. And the biggest number in the mass grave is 147 people in the mass graves. The attack first covered up by a U.S. soldier, but then to an American soldier and a journalist. Yeah, this was revealed in the end of 1969, and it's raised a lot against about the war, the Vietnam War.
So this has been a tour of the My Massacre Museum, My, Vietnam. Boots, military boots right here.
Bring up the children,
Military boots.
the villagers, and the footprint of the U.S. soldiers.
Yeah.
You still see it. They running on the
This
way.
was a house right here.
Yeah, this is just a ground of a place who which used to the house of the villagers. It's totally destroyed. Yeah.
And this is the actual place that he came in.
Yeah. they enter the village and start killing, shooting. Actually, the crime happened in two hamlets, not just one. Yeah, but now the relative, the owner of that house is while walking. We can meet them. Yeah,
Oh, they're walking?
yeah. No, it's a
Oh,
far away.
okay.
Yeah, not here.
Wow.
Yeah, in this house, this belongs to Mrs. Tương Thị Lê. Yeah, in their family they have 3 people have been killed. Yeah, Phạm Thị Thơ is the grandmother. She's 64 years old, and
17
yeah,
and 8-year-old.
2 girls, 17 and 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New
just
and-
2 girls. On this coconut tree, still got a lot of bullet hole from the
Oh, these are
massacre.
actual bullet holes.
Yeah, the bullet hole.
Wow.
And over there, 7 people in the family.
Killed here.
Yeah, the youngest is just only 1 year old.
Military boots here.
And this is the bunker of the family. Yeah, to avoiding artillery of the
Oh,
US
wow.
soldiers. Yeah.
This bunker was here in 68?
Yeah.
Wow.
Every house we get a bunker like this.
Really?
Yeah. And they don't build it underground, they just build it like this. Yeah. They had to lie down in the bunker.
Is this where the...
Yeah, this is the ditch.
Right here.
Yeah, 173 people.
173?
have been killed here. Yeah. And miraculously, about 6 people survived after that because they lie deep under. Yeah. Underneath another person.
Those were some sick individuals that did this. And this is the actual village site right here.
You're gonna visit this place
Okay.
later. This is the monument of the Lai Massacre. And behind the monument is the house used to worship 504 victims
Okay.
of the massacre. These monuments have 3 parts. Yeah, the first one, a brother covered his sister. Yeah, we already saw the photos, right? Yeah. The second one
Oh, yeah,
is
you're
the
right.
daughter holding his father.
Mhm.
Yeah, the beard. Yeah, who's having a shot into the heart. Yeah, and the woman holding her children with a punch point to the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she fury at that time. She feel fury. She feels sad and totally. Yeah. And this is the worship house of the 500 and for victims. Some family were totally killed, so no, they don't have any relatives can worship them. So that's why the city council, yeah, the government had built a worship house to worship all of them
Here?
here. Yeah. The big altar here used to worship the elderly people, and the two small altars in the left and in the right used to worship the children and the women. Yeah.
They heard weeping. They shot a third time.
My 6-year-old son and I, we lie down and use the rags to cover us. Then 3 or 4 bodies fell on us.
40 years ago, a company of U.S. soldiers helicoptered into this tiny hamlet in central Vietnam. They spent the next 4 hours maiming, raping, and killing 504 Vietnamese men, women, and children in what became known as the My Lai Massacre. For decades, people have anguished over how a group of seemingly good young men could commit such an atrocity. But My Lai is not the only massacre. Vietnam is not the only war. Now in Iraq, with rampages such as Haditha, old questions are being re-asked, old wounds reopened. For the next half hour, we're going to journey into this heart of darkness, in search of understanding for how this brutal reality can come to pass again and again. This is On War, and I'm Josh Rusher. The stark facts of that day, March 16, 1968, are not in dispute. An Army photographer captured moments of the bloody assault. When the story of what happened leaked out more than a year later, there was an investigation. 25 members of Charlie Company and their officers were charged, most with murder. There were a few trials. Only one person, Lieutenant William Calley, was found guilty. He was never punished. Charges against most of the soldiers were eventually dismissed. The what is known. It's the why that remains an open question. Some of the men who slaughtered unarmed villagers remain haunted by their memories. But for those who crawled out of that crush of blood and bone, the horror is still fresh and vivid.
It was early in the morning. And a lot of helicopters came, and the soldiers, and they burned and they shot.
Pham Thi Truong is 75 now. That day, she and her baby daughter were herded into this ditch with more than 100 others. Her father's body shielded them from the bullets. Terrified, she lay motionless among the dead for hours.
Nhà con luôn ngờ câu chuyện ấy.
I cannot forget it as long as I live. I even remember the shooting of 9 people in a ditch in my dreams.
Have you come to any understanding over the years how they could act in such a way?
Tôi nghĩ là không.
No, I can't explain why they did it.
I'm the only one left. I was 11 years old.
Pham Kham is reminded of the dead every day. It's his job. Not only does he bear a deep furrow from a bullet that narrowly missed killing him, he's the director of the museum dedicated to the victims of the massacre and the caretaker of what is left where they lived. Kham takes us to the place where he hid with his family in an underground shelter, the place where they all lay dying.
How long did you stay down in the shelter?
From 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon.
Surrounded by his memories, Kham has spent years wishing for a way to understand why the soldiers committed the crime that has devastated his life.
What would it be like for you to meet a soldier who actually participated in the killing, come back and admit that here?
I would ask him a question. Why would he kill ordinary people, women and children and women with babies in their bellies?
Kham doesn't know it now, but he will soon get the opportunity to ask that question. Ken Shill still cherishes the faded snapshots of the day he left home to join the army. It was all he ever wanted to do. He was a skinny, very young-looking 19-year-old. That was October 1966. 6 months later, he was in Hawaii, eagerly learning how to be a soldier. And 6 months after that, he was in Vietnam. He was part of Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 20th Infantry. Charlie Company was assigned to Task Force Barker, a special unit created to search out and destroy Viet Cong, operating around the Central Coast. It had been a dispiriting couple of months for the U.S. military. Lieutenant Vincent, the siege of Khe Sanh, surprised but Howard thought it was winning. For Charlie Company, the losses had been personal. Booby traps and mines had taken a third of their comrades, one of them the day before. So on the morning of March 16th, helicopter machine guns laid down suppressing fire, and 3 platoons, with orders to kill everything that moved, fanned out across the rice paddies and into the hamlets that collectively made up My Lai. They encountered no resistance whatsoever, but perhaps a desire for revenge filled their hearts and clouded their consciences. Perhaps it was a military command that measured victory by body count. Perhaps it was a mentality that regarded every Vietnamese as less than a person, merely an enemy, an embodiment of communism.
They created sidewalks here where you can get a sense of what was going on that morning. You can see bicycle tracks and then bare feet fleeing away. And then that is a distinct print of American combat boot.
One of the men who wore those boots is about to set foot here again.
Ken, I'm Josh Rushing.
Ken Shield is returning to My Lai. Never before has a soldier who participated in the massacre come back. Almost 40 years after he was charged with murdering 9 Vietnamese villagers here, he will face his past.
When we landed on the west side, but when we pushed through the village, we took the east side. How far off did we go? We didn't land too far away. I was on the first one there, and we steered probably the northern part of the perimeter, so you would come right along there.
Ken has trouble recognizing the village today, even locating the rice paddy where his chopper landed.
You know, a little bit further to the south. Is this safe stuff right here? The incident camp. 40 years ago, we were on a helicopter. What were your orders? Our orders before we came in was to kill everything in the village. And so, as you approach the village, what did you find? But, you know, it's quiet. I saw a lot of people running off to the north. I really didn't understand that.
He has forgotten or block a lot of the details.
Remember the ditches, the canal? Nope, I never saw a canal. I never saw a ditch. I never saw it in the village.
Really?
Nope.
So, like a lot of the stuff that was described, you never saw?
Nope. Not at all. I've never even dreamt about it.
Ken says he'd like to go inside the museum, where photographs of Eli at the time might bring it all back.
Do you know where they're at?
Yes. I still talk to Harvey.
There's Carter.
I noticed, stepped a little faster when we went past this one. Is that on BBC? No. Really?
What really bothers me is this one. Not so much the shooting, but this one.
Pull it by there.
Because I saw some things that I really didn't want. And to me, I'm looking for a word, dehumanize. And I just don't like that. Okay, I don't get it. What you know here between killing and dehumanizing someone?
Yeah.
It's just like there's acceptable ways to kill people and there's ways that aren't.
Kim claims he is mystified by the granite wall of the dead.
I never saw that many people in that village.
And that number, the middle there?
Mhm.
Listed on the wall, the entire Doki family, parents and 4 children. But until this moment, no one knew that one child, 12-year-old Doti Anatuyek, had escaped. Horribly wounded, she ran away and has never returned until now. Just outside the museum, her heart-wrenching program. Ironically, the only structure in the village that has been rebuilt as an example of what was destroyed is the one that belonged to her family. It becomes her refuge. How can Ken Shield cope with having inflicted that kind of pain? He has 2 defenses. The first is dark.
It's the moment, it's the opportunity, it's the knowing that probably nothing's going to happen to me.
The second is familiar.
I was a soldier following orders. And I believe that's how I dealt with that.
Everyone depends on that.
True.
That's true.
That's true.
Did you have any hesitation about killing?
I definitely have hesitation about killing anyone.
Did you shoot?
Did I shoot? I'll say that I shot until I realized what was wrong.
And when you say you shot, you mean you shot villagers?
I'm not gonna say whether I shot villagers or not.
In a sworn statement given during the investigation of the Lai Massacre, another soldier recalls seeing Ken firing at villagers while saying, "I don't want to shoot them, I don't want to shoot them, but I have to because we're ordered to." When we come back, painful denial confronts undeniable pain.
Are you alone?
We bring Ken and Kong together. Ken to face Kong's sorrow. Kong to ask the questions that have tormented him all his life. At first, Ken doesn't know that Kong is a victim. Kong doesn't know that Ken is one of the shooters.
Where were you in wartime?
I was in the infantry.
In what year?
67, 1967, 1968.
On March 16, 1968, at 6 a.m., U.S. helicopters landed on the rice fields of our beautiful village.
Mr. Kong, I was here that day, back in 1968, when the helicopters landed.
When the soldiers came, they started killing everyone.
Mr. Cobb, I was part of the Americans that landed here in the helicopters, and I want to apologize to the people of My Lai. I'm sorry that it happened. I ask myself all the time, why did this happen? I don't know.
A sad feeling and an angry feeling are rising up in my heart. The U.S. soldiers killed my mother, my older sister, and my younger brother. How did you feel when you shot into civilians and killed? Was it hard for you?
Like I say, the only thing I can do now is just apologize for it.
How many people did you kill that morning?
I don't know. I don't even know if I killed anyone.
That's not a reasonable answer. Your soldiers put all our people together in one place and shot directly at them. You said you don't know whether you killed anyone? I cannot accept it.
I wasn't with that group. I wasn't on that side of the building.
You stayed back at the edge of our village. But my house, my family was located at the edge of the village. So maybe you came to my house and killed my relatives.
Just the possibility that he may be talking to the man who murdered his family is gut-wrenching for Cobb. He finds it hard to even look directly at him, but he tries to say the right thing.
In Vietnam, we have the tradition that we let bygones be bygones. But in our hearts, we cannot forget.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't have come back. And I know words don't heal your heart, but that's all I can do now.
Each man is deeply shaken.
You should educate your younger generations, your children, not to do it again, and not to make war anywhere in the world.
Well, those are fine words. I wouldn't want war. I would stop war today if it was possible. Now that I'm older, I can see this. But when I came to Vietnam, I was very young. I have never acknowledged to any great extent that I was a hero. But I'm here today to tell you what was done here was wrong. I can't fix your heart. I can't bring your people back to life. I'm sorry.
Ken Schill admits he has dodged the hard questions. In his own mind, he is hidden behind the excuse of only following orders.
I mean, I have the memories, but I have to protect my feelings. I have to protect myself.
Have you made a conscious choice that you're going to take this to your grave compartmentalized? Like what you mean block?
Right.
He says he knows one reason Charlie Company could fire into groups of unarmed villagers. The training they got.
Before we came to Vietnam, we almost didn't think of the Vietnamese as people.
Ken keeps a few photos of the party they held when the murder charges were dropped. But they had little to celebrate in the years that followed. Many of his fellow soldiers, members of Lieutenant Callow's company, have not survived self-examination.
And this lady got up and she ran and told me I had a back turned to me. And my platoon leader, Lieutenant Cross, told me to shoot her, and I said, no, when you shoot her, I wouldn't shoot no lady. So he said, well, me and I recorded to shoot, and if you don't shoot her, then you need shot yourself. So actually, they put no foot in the door, I shot her like 5 or 6 times. And I went there and turned her over, and there was a little 3-month-old baby in the arms, which I thought it was a gun, and it was kind of cracked me up.
At the end of the line, I would personally responsible killing between 20 and 25 person. From shooting, to cutting their throats, to scalping, to cutting off their hands, and cutting out the tongue. I did.
Some, like Bernardo Simpson, could not live with his memories. Even medications could not dull them.
Like I'm sitting talking to you now. I can't promise that when you come again, I'll be. Because before you came, I had got out of the hospital from trying suicide for the 3rd time.
Bernardo Simpson committed suicide in 1997. we asked Mom Khan how the encounter with Ken has affected him.
Is there a sense of relief that you finally got to confront someone from so long ago?
He tells us he has spent a terrible night. He drank, he wept, he was angry. He was filled with sorrow. He visited the graves of his family and confessed his conflicting feelings.
Standing there, murmuring to my father, my mother, and my brothers and sisters, I said that yesterday I met one of our former enemies who killed you, but I could not do anything. I could not beat him or strike him or kill him, because that is against the laws of Vietnam.
Kim Shield knows he is not giving Kong the answer he needed. The why.
Some of his questions, the way you wanted them answered, because there was only one way to answer, and that was we were first.
Does calling it a job make it right?
No, it doesn't make it right.
In your mind, are you a murderer? In your heart?
No, it doesn't matter.
Kim's contention that he was only following orders upsets attorney Gary Myers.
There is no legal order that allows you to blast an 18-year-old child out of a church. That's an illegal order. And you have a duty not to obey it.
Myers specializes in military law. He began his career representing a soldier at the My Lai Massacre prosecution. He has since been involved in 2 other well-known cases, Abu Ghraib and Haditha.
Like we said, Haditha was the Milan Iran.
Myers disagrees. He believes My Lai was a massacre. Haditha was not. At Haditha, he says, Marines initially came under attack.
The difference between Haditha and Milan is that American troops killed innocent, unarmed civilians. At Haditha, our Marines were responding to a demonstrated threat. Yes, women and children ended up dying. And the deaths of those women and children was an expected and anticipated result of insurgency warfare.
What is it about these kind of scenarios that brings that out in human mind?
It's unclear what brings it out, but as a lawyer, I can tell you that the people I've represented in both settings are perfectly decent people. This is not about sociopaths. Some would say that it's a lack of character. I don't believe it's a lack of character. I believe that it is the simple truth. War is a horrible, horrible thing.
Kim Shield told us he was eager to return to My Lai to set the record straight about his unit.
My Lai was an isolated incident for our company. We didn't do that in the village that we went through.
He especially wants his grandchildren to understand that they were not evil, that bad things happen in war. And throughout our days there, Kim was defensive.
You know, we break down a cry.
But at the last moment, just as our crew was boarding the plane to a different destination, Kim, who had to remain in the airport for a later flight, did break down and cry. And our Vietnamese translator, who lost a brother in the war, went back and hugged him.
There is a cycle in war. Aging soldiers express sorrow, regret. They apologize to their victims. They say never again. They say, let us raise our children to love peace, not war. But their sons and daughters are already engaged in the next war, the next killing field. They're taught anger, hate, fear. They're taught to kill. And they betray their own goodness. And they too will age. And they will say, how could we have done this? This should never have happened. And never is the cycle of war broken.